how long does it take for backlinks to show up in Google? Um, so as far as showing up in Google, maybe you mean kind of like indexing? Well, okay, so I'll just start.
Either that or
I'll just start from,
in Search Console or something.
yeah. All right, so basically it depends on the website that the backlink is on, really, and how fast that website is getting crawled by Google's bots. How often it's getting re-indexed, you would call it. So let's say you got a backlink from bodybuilding.com. That's a very big website, and it has a bunch of backlinks pointing to it. So Google's bots are crawling other websites, and they always get sent back to bodybuilding.com. So they're always recrawling bodybuilding.com. And so, getting a backlink on bodybuilding.com, I think Google would know about it pretty quickly. And I'm sure all of their pages on their website get re-indexed and get changed pretty quickly. But that doesn't really mean that the link has an effect right away. Backlinks are kind of weird, and it doesn't really matter how quickly Google knows about it. Sometimes they just don't really do much right away. It could be kind of like the situation where you just have to like keep building, keep building, keep building, and it all kind of grows into a big snowball, like you're rolling a snowball down a mountain, right? And it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and starts getting faster, and then your rankings just start going up a lot more quickly. So if you're asking like how long is it going to for Google to see it and take it, make a change because they've seen it, it's really hard to answer that. It's going to depend on a bunch of stuff, and it's just kind of really hard to predict. But as far as how long does it take it to show up? It just depends on the site. And so then for another example, let's say you got a backlink from a very low authority site. Let's say the website only had like 50 referring domains. So it'd probably be like a DR, I don't know, it'd be a pretty low DR, like under DR10, right? Then it might take Google quite a bit longer to realize that you've got a backlink from this website because their bots are not crawling it as much. They're just not updating their index as much for that site quite yet. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. It just might take them a little bit longer. You've got the backlink on the site. It should get indexed. It should, Google will see it over time. And basically what you can do is you can just go to Google and type in like site sirlinksalot.co/ what's one of our niche edits. So basically, to see if Google sees your backlink, basically you can just go to Google and type site : and then the URL that your backlink is on, and here it says about one result. So it's showing that this page exists in Google's index. And basically, if it's not a pillow link, if it's something like a guest post, a niche edit, a PBN link, something like that, if it's a guest post or a PBN link, it might take, it depends on the site. It might take a few days or a week to index or something, but it should show up like that. And once it shows up here, you can see that the page is indexed. You can just assume Google knows about it, and you don't need to do anything else or worry about it or whatever. Yeah, you have anything else to add on that, Nick? How long does it take backlinks to show up on Google?
The only thing that I would add, because you covered everything, I believe. The only thing I would add is don't stress yourself out about this. Some links actually will never show up in Google.
To
Like
interrupt you
it's
real
just
quick,
like
he
it just
says
won't
Search
register.
Console.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So a lot of links don't show up in Search Console ever. It's more of like a sample of what's hitting that site, right? And so even some higher authority stuff, what you need to worry about more so than what's showing up in GSC is whether that page is indexed, especially if you're
Yeah, the
paying for
little
these
check that I
links and
just
they're of
showed you.
higher authority. Exactly. Now, mind you, the more advanced you get in SEO, the more you're rolling campaigns. I never go back and check indexation of anything that I've ordered. If I've got a money site or I'm working on a client's money site that's got indexation issues on a page, then that's something I'd look into. But as far as the backlinks go, I'm just ordering and I'm rolling. Now, mind you, when I was newer, of course, I'd want to know that I'm getting my bang for my buck, especially on those higher authority items. So the check that Chris taught you is the main thing that you want to focus on. What shows up in Search Console isn't exactly 100% what is going on in the
I
background.
never check links in Search Console, ever.
Yeah, ever.
Never,
No.
ever.
Same.
But yeah, like Nick was saying, if you're kind of newer to SEO or whatever, and you maybe you're trying different link building vendors, like for example, maybe you came to us and you wanted to buy some links or whatever. So you want to make sure that, we're actually selling you links that are getting indexed and stuff, which is something you should definitely do when you're trying out new vendors. You definitely want to make sure what they're selling you is, worth the money. Then yeah, you could do the little indexation check like I showed you, and that should be good. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. Be sure to check the links below for more info on this topic, as well as other cool stuff like SEO case studies, our Facebook community, and our link building services. And like always, please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thanks, and happy ranking.